Welcome to the Backlog Chronicles.
We are a podcast that challenges fanboy beliefs
and takes a pragmatic approach to all things gaming.
We strive to create a community for self-thinking fellow gamers.
A community where logical conversation can take place.
And a drive to further one's knowledge of gaming can be sparked.
Take a seat.
Show's about to begin.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hey guys, what's up, y'all? What's up, everybody? What's up, boys? What's up, everyone in the chat? Good to see everybody. Thank you for being with us. This is TBC 63 on this fine Sunday, August 29th. And we actually were supposed to have two guests with us, Eric and Edgar, but they both had to cancel very last minute, unfortunately. They had some personal affairs that to attend to, so I wish them all the best. We'll definitely have them back on, but in the meantime, you're definitely going to have to deal with our four faces once again, unfortunately. But yeah, I know. But yeah, this is let's go, baby. Good to see everybody. What's up, boys? What's going on?
Yo.
Just doing some good stuff, hanging out. It's the weekend, hiking, lakes and shit,
Oh, yeah, of course you are. Yeah, of course. That's all you fucking do, man. Just make us look bad. Yeah, that's all you do, bro.
That's true.
Working out, eating right, fucking hiking. God knows what else, bro. Right, so
Stay blessed.
No lie.
Yeah, just make sure you drink like some sort of potion that just keeps you like at the age that you are. So that way, like when my daughter gets older, I can tell you, I can just present the option. Like, hey man, look, hey.
Yeah.
Then you'll really be my fucking son.
That's right.
You'll really be my fucking son. Then I can really. And he bakes. Look, and lady just said, and you
true.
bake, bro.
That's
like,
true.
I mean, come on, man. Like,
doesn't get
it's
better.
ridiculous. Jesus, crazy shit. Anyway, yeah, get to see all you boys.
You
Kevin,
too.
my fucking son. What's up, man? How you doing?
Not much,
chilling.
man. I had a. Oh, did you say Kevin or Jordan?
I said
Fucking
Kevin.
hell.
You already talked.
Are you trying to
fucking-
be me?
The order thing throws me off now. It's
Yeah, I
always
know, but
Kevin
you talked
below,
first.
me,
But
right?
you know what? Hold on. Let's just rewind. Okay, yeah. Jordan, my fucking son. What's up, baby?
good.
What's new, bro?
Not much, man. I just did a little 7-mile hike today with my friend Mason. We went up to Snow Lake, gorgeous alpine lake up there. I don't know if you guys saw some photos that I tweeted out, but the fucking ray tracing is in full effect right now, guys. That's all I can say about that.
Somebody's already sick of you, bro. Elu's already saying, give someone
All
else
right,
a
Elu.
chance.
All right. Well, you know what? Well, goodbye.
Hey,
It's true.
Yeah. See, Elu, you got your wish, man. Yeah. All right.
He's gone.
Yeah. Hey, my fucking son. What else did you do, bro?
Played some games. I'm like knee deep in Ghost of Tsushima right now.
Okay.
I've scratched the surface of Psychonauts 2 last night, and still playing through Mortal Shell. There's already too many games for me right now, man. I'm feeling it already, and it's making me nervous thinking about Deathloop coming up.
Nah.
But I'm gonna get through it. I think we'll all get through it.
Yeah, we will, bro. We will. I'll ask you in a bit about that.
All right, Kevin. I'm sorry, bro.
Kevin, my fucking son. Finally, it's your time to speak, my friend. You waited patiently, for this guy right here.
I know. Well, we got to get through his fucking monologue of all the hills and mountains he climbed and how many miles he walked.
Making us look bad.
I went to the front door and I got my Papa John's today, and then brought it into the kitchen, and then I definitely went back and forth like 3 times for slices of pizza. I'm pretty exhausted, let me tell you. And between the pizza eating and game playing, which I tried to play everything that is mentioned in our list that I could before the podcast. But I'm pretty excited. I'm hyped for the show, man. I've been waiting on it, and we got a show full of actual game talk, which is awesome.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
So yeah.
No bullshit.
I'm here
no
for it,
bullshit
baby.
today or ever, baby. Elu's got another gem, man. People with glasses on the left, and those without on the right. That is I promise you, it wasn't intentional, Elu. You know, I mean, that's just what can I say about you?
That's true.
Oh yeah, man. His level of observation is fantastic. But then again, he's a fucking writer, bro. He's an artist. So what can I say? You know, he's. Ilu, you're a gentleman and a scholar, my friend. I'd like to say this on the air. I respect the living shit out of you.
Agreed.
Everybody but you. Yeah. Okay. Let me see what else. And then my last fucking son, my first son.
Yo.
My man, Machine Gun Mike. What's up, baby? What's new?
Nothing much. Nothing is new with me, Mo. Honestly, I haven't been doing anything exciting in the real world just because there's too many goddamn games to play. So anytime I get a load, I'm just trying to play games or do something in that, watch a movie, that type of entertainment stuff because it is coming out and I'm feeling it. Like Jordan said, I am feeling it. I have to plan for it. You know what I mean? I got to plan what I'm doing for like entertainment and stuff, and it's great. Kind of, it's cool. I like the problem, so you know what I'm saying. Yes, but yeah, Mike. Nothing special though. How are you, Mo?
I'm good, man. I took my wife and kids to we went to this indoor water park, this resort in Sandusky, Ohio, and never take your kids if they're under like 5 or 6 years old anywhere. You know, I mean, it was anything but a vacation, to be honest. I mean, I fucking chronicled the whole thing, no pun intended. I really did. Like I told you guys everything about it. You know, I mean, it's I think Lady too, because I was bitching to her too about it. Like, the kids had a good time. They swam, and the fucking craziest thing is I was supposed to be there until today, until this morning. And yesterday we took the kids out to swim in the morning, and they didn't want to swim, right? Like my son is 1.5 years and my daughter's 3.5. We took them out. I'm like, okay, kids always love water. They always want to swim, splash pads, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They didn't want to swim, And then my wife is like, well, what are we going to do here? Because we still have another 24 hours. And this was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm like, I have no fucking clue. She's like, they don't sleep for another 9 or 10 hours. There's nothing else to do here but freaking either eat or swim. And if they can't swim, we can't stuff our faces all day. Yes. So we just ended up leaving. I ended up leaving. And yeah, that was it. It was nice, to get away, but it was anything but a vacation. But as long as those shitheads had a good time, that's all that matters. Yeah, man, back here. And started playing video games again. I definitely had withdrawals. My fucking son. Did you want to say something?
Mo, you also took your boards this week, man.
Yes, I did, bro. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Well, I love you. Thanks for reminding me.
I love you
too,
I
did. I took my my boards, my ABIMs are called, American Board of Internal Medicine. I get my results in 3 weeks, and I don't want to think about that again until then, but I'm hoping for the best. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But
you got it, Mo. You got it.
That's actually why I ended up going.
So cool.
I told my wife, I go to her, I'm like, look, man, I just want to get the fuck out of here. I'm like, I've been under so much pressure and stress. I'm like, I just want to go. I don't care where I go. Well, let's just go. So yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
You deserve it, Mo.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, for real.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Can I say one last thing?
Faz. Yeah, of course, man. What's up?
So guys in the chat, over this past week, we got a few new things that we started. Kevin loaded up a Discord channel for all of us. So I'm gonna drop that link right now in case you guys haven't joined it yet. We're just having a lot of fun with it. We're just trying to branch out and stay in touch with all you guys, and so you can interact with us more. Mike and I also started streaming on Twitch. Kind of a semi-casual schedule right now. We just kind of do things on a whim, but we try to always keep things in line with not just playing a game for the sake of playing a game, but to engage with you guys and to talk about what we're doing. Mike did a stream for Psychonauts. I did a stream, and he and I did a stream for Riders Republic, and then I did one for Hades. Yeah, we're just kind of trying some new things out. Just trying to keep engaging up, and yeah, we thank you guys for being here with us.
Oh yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but did you guys was Jordan's voice kind of like fading? Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it faded out a little bit. It's probably your shitty Washington internet.
Yeah, probably is. Probably as well. Yeah, if you didn't hear anything I said, sorry.
Yeah, no, they heard you. But yeah, definitely go join up. Discord is fun. Lady, we definitely did do it for you. She's been kicking ass in there. Lady, we really appreciate everything you've been doing. Thank you so much for that. And Joe, I appreciate you, man. And I know you're here because you know, the PlayStation 5 is definitely fucking dead. You know what I mean? So we'll definitely get to how dead it's dead. I mean, it's deader than a fucking doornail.
Oh yes.
You know, but we'll definitely get to that for sure. Oh, and today, before I move on to the games we're playing and shit, our brother Mariano Pampa, he's in here. He would like to give away a copy of Aliens Fireteam Elite. So we'll definitely be giving that away later today. And you know, Pampa, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. You're always appreciated, brother. My fucking son. Pampa,
I know.
So yeah, we'll be giving that out probably like halfway through the show or something.
I can't not love him.
Okay, so let me go around and let me see what you guys have been playing while I was gone. You could bake a local loaf of bread. PS5. Yeah, you definitely can, man. Hey,
That's
speaking
true.
of loaf of bread, that's actually how Jordan baked that strawberry loaf of bread that he
Was on his
posted. I think it
PS5?
was yesterday. He
That's
baked it on his
amazing.
You were supposed to
PS5.
say that. You weren't
Yeah,
supposed to say
he just bought his
anything.
PS5 a few months ago. He told me, "Look, man, this thing fucking sucks. It's shitty. It's dead. I have no use for it. I might as well just use it as an oven and bake something."
Yeah.
You know?
And
You know,
it made
because
it
it
pretty
generates
good.
enough heat to bake, you
Yeah.
know, because it's fucking dead, you know. So yeah, definitely.
Yee.
It worked
Yeah,
out
Joe.
good, man. That's awesome. You don't even need your
Check
oven,
it out.
bro. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay, so Jordan, let me move on to you first. What
man.
have you been playing, man? You know, since you kind of like spoiled that in your
Yeah,
first.
I know. I
You
can't
could
help
just
myself.
yourself. Yeah. Go ahead, Jinx. Okay. Good.
Real quick, am I still cutting in and out? We okay
No, you're
now?
Gucci. You're
All right,
Gucci.
cool. My
Yeah.
shitty washing internet kind of caught up now. So last night I played through the first, I guess you'd call it like the tutorial, and then the second, I guess the true first level of Psychonauts. And my God, it's so my God, folks, it is so friggin' good. Ains is over here. He's been a Psychonauts 2 stan for the past, I don't know, 3 friggin' days. He can't stop playing it. But I had a hard time putting it down last night. In fact, I felt guilty because I still need to finish Ghost of Tsushima, but I could not put this one down. As someone that did not play the first game, I don't feel terribly lost because there's a really good summary of the first game's events at the beginning. The writing is fantastic in this game. You know, we've spoken about how Tim Schafer and Double Fine kind of always have a charm and kind of an odd approach to their character design and their writing, and it shows. But it's incredibly engaging and it's super entertaining. There's a lot of really funny moments in the game, and it goes places that I was really not expecting. The themes that it kind of deals with, as far as like that I saw last night, anyways, in this mission, without saying too much. You know, it goes through like almost like gambling addiction and child rearing, and it's really cool. I don't want to say too much about it because I don't want to spoil anything, like I said. But I posted a tweet last night just with impressions that I haven't played anything this inventive since you and I played It Takes Two, Mo, and it's reaching that level. And I've heard I've heard from some of these other people here that it probably surpasses that. So, man, I think we're in for a ride with this freaking game. Ghost of Tsushima, I'm still having a blast with. Also, it's just such a pretty game, and that's all I can really say with it. I lose time when I play that. But yeah, that's kind of all I've been up to as far as games go. What about you, Kev?
That's good, man.
Well. I have been playing. I played a little bit of Psychonauts, and it's fantastic. I agree with everything you just said, and I had no expectations going in. I really didn't play the first one too much, but I've enjoyed that. I put Odyssey back on my my Xbox just to see about that update, and it's beautiful. It's beautimous. They did a pretty good job with that update, and 60 FPS makes it just so smooth, so buttery smooth. And the visuals were already good, but they're even better now. I played a little bit of Riders Republic. We'll talk about that a little later. And I've just been kind of just circling, you know, around different games. I got into Avengers, and I'm almost done with that main storyline of Avengers. And I mean, the game's beautiful, and it kind of sucks me into this loop. The combat's solid, And I was actually playing when we were on the other night, Jordan, and I was talking about it. It's kind of a chill game. You know, the story's not too deep. I could really give a shit. You can kind of tell what's going on just by looking at the screen. So it's something you can play while still having, you know, a conversation on party chat or whatever. But yeah, no, it almost makes me think, like, what would have happened if they had another, you know, year to bake that shit in the oven. I think the release would have been much better received. Anywho, yeah, just kind of waiting, right? I mean, we're all kind of in limbo for this big fall season, and Halo and Deathloop and you know, all the hypes.
Yeah,
Amen.
yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, that's good shit, man. Jordan, I'm really fucking happy to hear that, bro. You know what you said about Psychonauts. I'm gonna get into it before I get into my fucking son Mike. But I mean, look, you know, I knew Ains was gonna love it. You know, him and I love Psychonauts. Him definitely more than, you know. I mean, because it's very near and dear to him, and I love the game itself as it is. You know, that's why I bitched at you guys a few weeks ago for not playing the original. But to see so far these reactions and impressions, well, we're gonna get to Psychonauts anyway in a bit. But just to see it so far, you know, like just how amazing it's been and how it's actually surpassed the expectations of fans of the game like myself and like Ains, you know, from the beginning. It's really fucking great to see that, man. It really, really is. Especially after 16 years.
I know.
16 fucking years, you know, so it's very, very gratifying.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, my fucking son, Machine Gun Mike, what have you been playing, bro? Talk to me, baby.
First off, what's up, chat? God, I don't speak to you guys too much, but howdy doody. I hope you guys are good, man.
Howdy
Nice to see you
doody.
guys here. All right, so I tried Psychonauts 1 on that stream or whatever, and damn it, I had a blast with that game. That first level was just like, it was so funny too, because it's like a military level. So I was like, I was in that vein, you know, and it's super cute. With the nets being trampolines, like even back in the day, you know, like I have a huge appreciation for things that like are super old. Like I was talking about Aliens the other day, whatever, or earlier today, that are super old, that did something back then that probably wasn't as appreciated by like a mass like public at the time or whatever. But yeah, I had a really good time with Psychonauts 1. I plan on getting into 2. I plan on getting to Iki. Like there's a bunch of stuff right now where I like really got to dial in. But I've been playing primarily Aliens Fireteam Elite, so I always have this thing about games where it's just like mobs and stuff like that. And it's just like, oh, okay, it's just like fodder for fun and, you know. But it has a good leveling system. It's pretty difficult. I played it with one other buddy, and we could get through levels pretty easy, maybe go down like once or none really, but you only have like 3 chances to go down, and you got to start the level over. And every mission is about 30 minutes long. And so if you died, it's kind of like, shit, man, like, you know, let's run through it real quick or whatever, but then there's intel and certain little upgrades you can find or whatever. The leveling system is cool. It's more than what I thought it was going to be. When you shoot the aliens, when they're running at you, they do this slide thing. Like they're basically getting their like feet, you know, knocked out for and they're like sliding. I was like, this is pretty legit. And you fight more than aliens. You fight, like, this is a little bit of a spoiler, but I mean, I feel like I almost would have to say this just to intrigue people. Like, you end up fighting synthoids, like the human androids later on, and then it turns into with the jank-ass controls, a Gears of War type, just for, like, moments and stuff. Like, it's not, like, hardcore, like, I'm shooting over the cover and stuff like that or whatever. And then you get some different aliens. You get some, like, spider type of things, and it hits into Prometheus and stuff like that. So it gets way deep, dude. And I've been watching Aliens and been into alien lore for the last week. It is like, I was really concerned with the first 3 levels. I was like, this game is going to look the same and it's just going to be aliens. Like, all right, cool, whatever. Like, I owe it to my buddy because he was like, well, I bought Avengers for you, Yarnell, so you better buy Aliens for me. I was like, all right, let's do it, you know? And the next level, the next chapter is totally different from the first chapter. So you instantly get that like visual mix up, and it's great. And like, the leveling makes me want to be like, let's run it again. Like, we got this again. Like, let's run it again. You'll still level up even if you lose or even if you like fail the mission. But yeah, it's a good ass time. And the a lot of sound bugs though. It's not that good of a time.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's dial it down to at least a 6, maybe 6.5. Because there's audio bugs and there's just minor things like that, getting kicked, server problems, like some stuttering and stuff. But overall, for $40, and if you're into aliens, good to go, man.
That's good, man. Dude. That's awesome.
Cool, Mike.
And wait, no, right here. Ilu said send Mike to the expired food section because he's all about this point.
Oh my God.
Speaking of aliens, if you just got in here, we, again, just to mention it, we will be giving out a copy of the game, courtesy of our brother Mariano Pompanator, my fucking son.
Hell
so stay tuned, baby. All right, man, that's good shit, dude. Yeah, so besides my vacation and whatever, I didn't play much until just here and there. I did try I tried Aliens with the other night with Ains and who was with us?
Was it Joe?
Well, yeah, it was Joe. That's right. It was Joe. Yeah, I tried it with Ains and Joe, and it was fun, man. But the level of depth that you're talking about, I wasn't expecting that, honestly. I thought it would just be like a fucking mindless shooter, $40 AA, playing it with your friends, having a good time, shooting alien fuckers. Like, that's pretty much what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But you're giving me levels here, bro. I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, my bad about the spoilers, guys, if that's what you think it is.
Yeah,
but I truly feel like that is something that you're not going to see unless if you played it, and it's just one of those things, man. Like,
one of the things that I heard is that a lot of like the alien varieties and stuff you see in that game were stuff that was like it's like actually in the lore of the game, but was on the cutting room floor for the films. Like a lot as far as like the varieties of it, which is pretty freaking cool, because they had full access to that whole IP. And I can't remember where I heard that from. It was
20th Century Fox owns Aliens, and Disney bought 20th Century Fox. So
Disney they're gonna fucking
I know, man. I know.
Pixar Aliens.
That's gonna happen.
I'd take it.
Yes,
it's definitely gonna happen at some point. So yeah, I tried that. That was fun. I started playing Splinter Cell Conviction. I finished. I'm doing that whole. I mean, I've mentioned it before, but every couple of years, every 2-3 years, I usually just replay the entire series again. And right now, I finished Double Agent, the Xbox, the OG Xbox version, not the 360 version, even though the 360 version is the canon version.
Right.
And then I started Conviction. It's so fucking good. It's so good. It holds up so well, bro. Like playing playing the first, and then Pandora tomorrow, and then even a Chaos Theory and Double Agent, right? Double Agent OG Xbox. All 4 of them, besides like a little bit of refined movement, they pretty much all felt the same. I was telling you that, Jordan. Even Chaos Theory, for as amazing as Chaos Theory is, wasn't too much different in terms of movement, from the first ones. First one obviously was more stiff, and then that got better. But Conviction, that is when they just changed that fucking gameplay, and you felt like you were controlling a panther.
That's it. That was the word I was going to say. They designed that.
It just feels so good, because I'm sure like at that point when they were looking at this character, they're like, listen, man, this guy's supposed to be like a fucking like this Splinter Cell, like this secret fucking agent. Why is he so shitty at combat? I get it. He's all about stealth, but come on, man, this guy's fucking military trained. He's supposed to be a badass if he gets in trouble. And that is where they fixed it in Conviction. And God, it just feels so good to play. I haven't played it in a few years, but God damn, it feels so good. And that's really what even Blacklist, they really upped the ante in terms of gameplay. Sadly, obviously, we didn't have Ironside, but Blacklist was really fun to play. But yeah, so I played that. Started Psychonauts finally last night. I did the first mission, and that was amazing. I was pretty giddy playing it the whole time. Feels so good, looks so good. I can't wait to dive back in. I got to the Mother Lobe, and I like how it's a hub. Yep. It's a hub area. And usually I'm not a fan of hubs. I hate hubs, to be honest with you, but this is
you and Kevin both.
if it flows, you know, like I mean, it definitely flows. It doesn't feel forced. It's not, you know, and walking around talking to people, you know, and then I don't want to say anymore, but anyway,
you're good.
It's awesome, man. It's really it's really something. So I can't wait to dive back in.
Yeah.
Again, thank you guys for being with us. My man Asa, thanks for being here, man, and brother Ains, Brian, everybody. But yeah, so yeah, that's about it, man. That's it. So I'm probably gonna just kind of like alternate between the Conviction and Psychonauts 2 until Deathloop comes out. Or actually 31st, man. 2 more days and Song of Iron comes out. So I'm really looking forward to that too. Yeah, Song of Iron. So hopefully that'll be good. Let me just answer this question right here. Do you think Blacklist Splinter Cell in general would have a different outcome if they delayed Blacklist by a few months and made it a launch title? No, it wouldn't have. I think a lot of people the gameplay for Blacklist was awesome, but a lot of people did not like the hub. I think the hub was like a little bit forced in that game. And on top of that too, it kind of had like that effect of that DMC Devil May Cry had, you know, where people just couldn't get over the fact that something was different, you know, like a black-haired Dante, you know, or whatever. I personally thought it was fucking awesome. What is it?
Yeah, that was me. I was one of those people.
You were like that too? Amazingly, DMC Devil May Cry is my favorite. It was my favorite after the first one. It's the original for me, and then it's DMC Devil May Cry. I'm fucking crazy, but I loved what Ninja Theory did with it. I loved the colors. I loved the fucking combat.
Call me crazy, but I like shit.
It was just, it was awesome, bro. I thought it was fantastic. So, yeah, I don't think it would have been a different outcome. Game positive. At least personally, I don't think so. So look at here, man. See, look, 3-bit 2. He's a man of fucking culture, bro. Yeah, he knows what's up. He knows what's up. All right, boys. Let's get into this fine week that we had. And since we were on the topic, let's start with Psychonauts. Psychonauts 2, if you guys want to give more in-depth impressions on if you haven't already. Again, it launched 16 years in the making. Psychonauts 2 initially, for some people that don't know about this, it was actually a crowd-funded project. Before it was a crowd-funded project, and right away, I think within like I don't remember, but I can swear it was like less than an hour where it fucking met its. I think Ains might know better than I would, but it was so fast how fast it met its budget. Okay, like the budget that was required, it was amazing. And yeah, obviously then Microsoft came and they scooped up Double Fine, and they were just like, here you go, you know. But
awesome.
Yeah, so it was really nice to see that. And if anybody has a physical copy for the backers of the original crowdfunding, I will fucking give you whatever you want. Okay, back to topic. Colors, baby, colors. So yeah, it released, and obviously it seems like it's a smash hit. And you know, we were talking about impressions from all of our friends that have been playing it. Open critic average of an 88. With a 97% critics recommendation. And once again, I have to mention it. We do not fucking talk about Metacritic here. But yeah, so Psychonauts 2, 88 on OpenCritic. I think it's one of the highest rated games of the year, no doubt. You know what I mean? And right away, it's becoming, you know, people whose opinions I actually entertain and respect. It's actually becoming their personal favorite game of the year. You know what I mean? It's that good. And I haven't played enough yet. You know, I was just saying that I've gotten to the mother lobe, but so far everything that I've played is fantastic. Feels fucking great. It looks amazing. You know, it's a lot of charm in the writing itself, and it's kind of like just it slowly just peels back layers, you know, like in terms of progression and you know, things you can upgrade and you know, stuff like that. I'll let you guys go into it more because I know you guys played it more, but so far I'm so happy, you know, especially me, considering that I loved the first game so much. And it's just really, really good to see. Like I said earlier, it's really gratifying to see how amazing this turned out to be after 16 years. You know, usually like we have like these fucking nightmare projects after you know, so many years of waiting, whether it's, I'm going to say Duke Nukem Forever, you know what I mean? Or Aliens, Colonial Marines. Or whatever, you know, I mean, Colonial Marines. So it's good to see something like this actually be as good as or at least meet the expectations, even surpass them really. So let me jump to you, my fucking son.
Yeah. So
Go
first
ahead.
of all, Luke, I want to say if you're a culture type of person like myself and my fucking sons here, you will like Psychonauts too.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, lots of colors too, Luke. For
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
So I like 3D platformers. My favorites include Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo 2. I'm making you proud, Ains. I know it. It's hard to top those two in my book. You know, we have a lot of really good 2D ones like the Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends. Oh, I want more of those games, but this is scratching that itch for me. Like I said, I don't want to talk too much about it because it really needs to just be experienced. But the amount of creativity and invention that I've seen in just this game's first, 2 hours or so beats anything that I've seen from the likes of Mario. Yeah, that's right. I fucking said it, Mario.
Fuck Mario.
Damn.
I'm done. No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, the game is. Ooh, there's some police out there.
They're coming for you.
The game, the game is
It's the Nintendo
awesome,
police.
It is so freaking funny. Like I really don't want to say anything because like I keep thinking of all these moments in my head that are not necessarily spoilery, but if you come across them and you see them, you're just like, oh my god, it's just so freaking cool. These moments happen all the time in this game. But like I said, I'm looking at you're watching this gameplay here right now. As far as look at the colors, oh my gosh. It's fun. It's fun. The controls are great. The platforming feels solid. You have a lot of really cool abilities. I love Raz already. You know, Rasputin. What a cool friggin' name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played this one sequence in the casino mission. Again, no spoilers. And I had a big grin on my face the whole time. You know, they did this really cool kind of like hybrid of gameplay and cutscene where they were like look at comic book style. And it was the coolest little thing. And Ains is already right now just telling me, just wait. I can't. But I want to play it right now. That's all I can really say. I want to get off here and just start playing right now. So I'm going to go do that. Goodbye.
Yeah, I think we all are tonight. And you know what's hilarious too, man, is last night none of us jumped into a party chat.
No, we did not. We were all playing Psychonauts.
Playing Psychonauts too, and I'm sure we all had the same thing in mind. Like, you know what, bro? I just want to play this game. I don't want to fucking talk to anybody. I just want to be fully immersed.
Yes.
Yeah, that was that. I definitely picked up on that last night. And nobody said like, "Hey guys, I'm jumping into parties. Anybody want to get in?" So
you posted a picture like, "How do I get past this part?"
Dude, that shit was driving me nuts, man.
You gotta let that go.
Like, you get that later on. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, cool. Just fucking died 5 times for nothing, but all right.
Yeah. I know, Haynes, I know.
Oh yeah, man. Kevin, my son, what'd you think of it, bro?
Yeah, so I logged in. It was funny. Last night I logged in and I was playing Psychonauts, and I looked at all the party. And you guys were playing, and I thought the same thing. I'm like, all right, we're all on the same page. This is good. This is fun. No, I really enjoyed it. I stopped playing because I wanted to check out Odyssey for like 30 minutes or so. But it's a beautiful game. It's just all whimsical, right? My wife was actually watching too and was saying, "Oh, this is really pretty, right?" That whole hub area is really nice looking, and I'm just about to start the casino mission.
Yes.
So I just did that whole procedure of thoughts and whatnot to get access to the casino mission, and I am digging it. I played the first one for probably 2 hours, and this one's just, man, they tightened up everything. I mean, the mechanics are spot on. The combat's really nice. All of that felt really dated to me playing the other one, in today's, expectations. But this is solid, man. I played it in the normal 4K 60 mode, but I did notice there was a 120 mode. I didn't even bother. And it was just it's a nice experience. The writing's spot on. I've always liked Double Fine's writing. So I knew that was going to be good. Double Fine's writing is like who makes Hades again?
Supermassive.
Yeah, it's like super massive, super giant. Yeah. Super giant games is
Supermassive,
music
sorry.
to me. You know,
Roguelike.
like any game from Super Giant is gonna have amazing music, and any game from Double Fine, even fucking like Costume Quest, has great writing. You know, like even silly ass games like that. Yeah, if you're a man of culture and like colors, then this is a good game, and I'm glad it's getting reviewed so well too, because it's yeah, I just heard a lot of shit talk. Yeah, fuck that. It's a good game.
Amen.
So,
What was entertain me, please? What was
shit talk?
Yeah.
Oh, just shit talk. I'm not gonna get into it. Just
okay.
that it was gonna be another meh, mediocrities type of. But it's not. It's good. So
Yeah,
sorry.
no, sorry, guys. It's a great fucking game. Unfortunately for you, fortunately for us. What about you, Mike? Did you dabble in it or not yet?
No, not yet. I have it kind of in that Ghost of Tsushima type of vein because it's so whimsical, and now that I kind of like understand what it's about, like the whole like certain mental shit things, like I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to kind of like draw back and get ready for that because I personally, I'm so into like the human brain and the way people think and all that kind of weird shit. Like, and so it's like, okay, if I don't want to half-ass play this game because I didn't half-ass Ratchet and Clank, and I really was like whatever about Ratchet and Clank, but once I started playing it, I was like, yeah. So like whenever I dive into this, like this seems like a really good experience. Obviously, like what you guys are saying. So whenever I dive into it, I want to not be feeling the way I'm feeling right now about games. So yeah, for sure.
You know, it's funny you mentioned Ratchet and Clank because right away, obviously, the fan bitches, they start bringing, like they just start
fan
comparing.
bitches.
And I just, I'm like, what's fucking crazy, man, is we have a year where we have two fucking amazing platformers between Ratchet and Clank and now Psychonauts, right? And how do you not appreciate? How the fuck do you take the time out of your day to argue about what's better, just instead of just appreciating how great these fucking games are? I mean, man, it's amazing. Yeah, go ahead.
Clout.
Yeah,
Clout.
I mean,
That's
yeah. But it's just it's awesome, man. I love to see it. This is what's great. This is the type of shit that drives the fucking industry forward, and I love it. And platformers, we were talking about. You were talking about It Takes Two. Look how much I mean, It Takes Two for us. Like, I mean, up until this point, it's been our game of the year. That was had so much platforming, and it was obviously so creative. And platformers, man, they're. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to say if they're making a comeback or not. But just the way that it's been amazing to see it, especially for somebody like me who just absolutely loves these fucking this genre. Game Positive makes a good point here. You said Double Fine has always been overflowing with talent and low on budget to realize it, and now they have both. And that is such a great point, man. It is. They definitely do. So they've been this great with with the limited budgets that they've had from before. Imagine, like, I mean, the sky's the limit. Although I don't know if I think they said Psychonauts is going to be like the big. Did they say this is going to be the last big game that they make, or did I not?
I don't know.
I don't know. Somebody maybe can correct me. I could have sworn that they said something like that, or they said like they're going to start releasing like smaller games in the future. I could be wrong. I know I'm not making it up for sure, but somebody can correct me. Yeah, definitely. 3-bit over here says. It Takes Two is still my game of the year, but Psychonauts is great. You know what, bro?
It's tough to top.
Either way, man. Yeah. Either way, you can't fucking go wrong. That is a compliment for each game, to be honest with you. That's the way I look at it. It's a compliment for each game. So just the fact that you even have these two, I mean,
in the same sentence there,
yeah, bro. It's amazing. All right, so moving on, brother man. Let's get to AC Odyssey really quick. I'll touch on it. I know there's a lot of AC Odyssey fans, including our brother Elu here in the chat. So AC Odyssey it got a next gen update supporting 60 FPS on the Series X and the PS5 via backwards compatibility. This was released at when was it? What was the date? It was August 23rd, so 6 days ago. It was announced, and it was quite a pleasant surprise, honestly, especially for a lot of people who are big AC Odyssey fans. I haven't gotten to test it myself yet. I probably won't, because I kind of skipped over Odyssey, but and Valhalla for like 6 hours only. Kevin, I think you said you had played it, right?
I did. Yeah.
What did you
I loaded
think
it back
of it?
up. It's beautiful. It's always been a beautiful game. I'm so glad that they updated it for all those people on like hour 300 of this game, still trying to finish it. That now can finish it in 4K and 60 FPS on their PS5s and their Series X's. It's a beautiful game. Is it for me? I don't know. Like I'm burned out. I'm still burned out. But I did play. I leveled up like 4 levels. Just kind of, I wanted to take the boats out for a spin. Everything was smooth, rock solid. I didn't notice any frame dips. And this was playing it on my Series X on the external hard drive too. So not even the SSD. And load times were still slow. But once you're loaded into the game, then everything was beautiful. So it is enhanced, but you don't need to have it on the SSD. So yeah, definitely. I think it's just an automatic update. I don't know how it works on the PS5 side, but I'm sure it's the same deal.
Yeah.
And yeah, they've been doing a good job. Ubisoft has done this for several games now, so kudos to them for updating games like Division 2 and just older games and breathing some new life into them. It was already a beautiful game, and now it's just smooth as butter. So
Yeah. No, that's good, man. That's awesome. Mike or Jordan, I don't think you guys have tried this yet, have you?
I
have
wanted
not.
to. It was interesting enough for me to consider re-downloading it on my PlayStation 5 just to try it out, because I've been itching. I almost downloaded Origins not too long ago because I've been feeling Assassin's Creed, bro. Like every time you guys talk about Assassin's Creed 2 and shit, I am just like instant theme song when you guys talk about it, straight up,
Yes.
dude. So I am like itching for Assassin's Creed here lately.
Why don't you
so.
install the real Assassin's Creeds then?
That's what I'm saying. Not my Assassin's
come on,
Creed.
Mikey.
Yeah, right.
Not my AC.
Origins was good, dude. Like I was
my protagonist.
I was reading about Bayek the other day, and I just remember his like journey and stuff, and I was like, Bayek, you fucking he's a warrior, bro. He's badass. Malaka. Anyways.
Malacca. Malacca. Yeah, that was
Sounds good.
Yeah, Bayek
okay.
did not say Malacca.
What did Bayek say?
I am Bayek of Siwa.
Yeah, I thought Bayek
Pretty
said
much
Malaka.
it, bro. That's all I remember from anything that you said. I am Bayek of Siwa. Oh shit. Okay. All right. So that's good at least. All right, boys. Let's get into the Xbox Gamescom show. So everyone, I'm assuming obviously everybody watched it, and we looked at the announcements and everything else that was there, and there was a lot of people initially. Look, anytime these shows come on, there's always these expectations from people, even though you have Aaron Greenberg or whoever it is, and they kind of temper people's expectations. Sometimes even ahead of the show, they tell you hey, we're not going to do this. We're not going to announce this, because they know that, gamers in general, specifically gaming Twitter, just the expectations are just insane. I think we've seen enough shows over these years to kind of know that the less you expect, the more surprised you'll be, or the happier you'll be. Mm-hmm. So, basically the bottom line is they announced a few things, which I'll get to in a second, but there was no announcements for Halo. And a lot of people were like, well, why, blah, blah, blah. Why didn't they announce Halo? Why didn't they talk about Halo? There's something wrong. Why would they not announce it at their showcase, at their own showcase, even though there was an announcement the next day, which we'll get to in a bit, about Halo. But anyway, they revealed, they showed some more Forza Horizon 5, which looks unbelievable. I'm just going to go over things that just things that really just stuck out to me, because as far as the show itself, it was pretty safe, it wasn't too I mean, there wasn't really anything great. I'll be honest with you. From the Xbox Gamescom show, my favorite fucking thing that they showed was the gunk. I was just happy to see that it was still going to release this year. I've had my eye on that game since they unveiled it last year, and I'm so happy that it's still alive, it's still kicking, and it's still actually going to release this year. So that was a nice surprise to see. Let me see what else. So there was actually some Dying Light 2 that they did talk about. You know, Techland, they showed some gameplay. That itself looks fucking fantastic. Updated parkour engine, combat scenarios, some of the updates to weaponry. I'm reading this from our brother from SG. Visit sg.com. So seasongaming.com. So yeah, they showed 20 minutes. Again, parkour engine, combat scenarios, updates to the weaponry, and they also said that there's the platinum edition of the original Dying Light would be releasing on the Switch in the future. I have no idea how the fuck they're going to do that, but Dying Light is releasing. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that in a bit, but its release now in December is really unfortunate. I'll announce why, in a second. I mean, I'm sure everybody already knows, but game looks fantastic anyway. And then let's see, like I said, and then they said the gunk, Xbox Series X and S, it's going to be 4K 60 FPS, and it's still on schedule to release this year. And it's going to be on Xbox One as well, so you can expect a stable 30 FPS. So from the Xbox Gamescom show, I'm going to go around to you guys and just tell me, like, is there anything what did you guys think of the show? I mean, you think they played it safe, or, or did they hold back? Obviously, because, I mean, I'm sure there was a deal that they made with Jeff Keighley, or just the show itself, because the bigger announcement, I felt like, was the very next day, so what did you guys think of at least that day, the opening night, for at least for the Xbox show?
Yeah, but before I answer, I just wanted to say that, thanks to everyone for coming out. I see a few new names in chat tonight. If you're enjoying the show, we'd appreciate if you leave us a like. Let us know what you think of us. And if you'd like to see more, why not you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But with that being said, I did want to say that the Xbox pre-show thing was kind of, we tempered expectations, like you already mentioned. Obviously, seeing Dying Light 2 was freaking awesome. The gunk, and that was the highlight for me. And I think the other thing that's worth touching on, I don't know if you already mentioned it, I may have missed it, was the fact that cloud gaming is coming to the Xbox family consoles.
Yes,
Series
that's
X.
right. Yes, thank you.
Xbox all the way back to Xbox One, which is freaking awesome. I don't do a whole lot of cloud gaming, but just the other day I did fire up Spiritfarer on my Mac here, just through cloud gaming, and it has a little bit of jank there, but it works really well with little single player games that aren't too, that don't require concerns with too much latency. But that's such a cool feature. I didn't have to install anything, you can just load it up right then and there, and boom, you're going, you're earning achievements, what have you. But yeah, that's just a cool thing that I think we kind of got glossed over a little bit. But
yeah,
okay show otherwise. Forza looks fantastic.
Yes, it does.
I'm so excited to play that game. But that's kind of about it, though.
Yeah, Forza looks so fucking good, man.
Yeah.
God, you see how I love how the gameplay just started as soon as the car dropped from the plane.
Oh, so
my
freaking cool.
God, man, what are you guys doing to us, bro?
Right?
Yeah, that's Playground, right?
Yeah, man. Kevin, what do you think, bro?
I'm excited for Forza Horizon 5.
Yes.
I play a bit of 4 now and again. It's just a fun game to get into, drop in, and fucking putz around for a little bit. I did enjoy the cloud gaming announcement for the consoles, not only for the accessibility that those people on older Xboxes will be able to play some of these newer experiences as long as they're available on Game Pass for now. Although I wonder if down the line they're going to introduce being able to purchase it just strictly being able to stream your purchases on the cloud. Who knows, man? This down the line could be huge, like a Stadia type of thing where you purchase a license and you play it. But for the time being, that's great for older hardware and fantastic for like Game Pass quests and stuff for Microsoft, rewards, not having to install something just to launch it, right? Yeah. That's beautiful because I hate installing a game just to get the points, And I'm kind of a whore when it comes to points, but hey, I got 200 banked for doing nothing, just sitting there. $200 of whore money. Says banked.
That's
and I
impressive.
bought the last console with fucking like $350 worth of rewards. So fuck it, man. I don't give a shit. It takes like 3 minutes. I don't do the hard ones. I don't do the ones that require too much time because sometimes it's not worth it. But game streaming's great. Right now for those games, I end up getting on the PC just to launch them. And if I could just launch them from the console, fuck yeah, dude. But yeah, latency's still kind of jank, but I have played a couple games. The single player experience is little indie games that you don't need, lightning fast reflexes. In terms of the other stuff I saw on Gamescom, it was meh, in terms of that showing. I didn't expect much. And I got exactly what I expected. So I wasn't, I wasn't let down. Some of the indie games looked kind of fun. There was, the Gunk. There were a couple other games too, but I don't think that was part of the Xbox showcase. Either way, I thought it was fine. I don't know. I don't know what people, expect when they go into these games coming from such a big show that we just had. A couple months ago. It's not. You can't keep pumping shit out like that. I don't know.
Like the best show ever, bro.
It's hard to follow up something like that too. So if that didn't happen, then I'd be like, oh, what the fuck. But yeah, no. All I thought it was good, and I thought Keeley did a good job. Yeah,
yes,
I thought
he did.
He's branching out and I feel like he's trying to broaden his base there, and because I kind of got annoyed at him a couple years back and just was like, I don't really like this guy, but he's in my good graces again, so I think he's got
just
a good thing going.
Yeah, off topic. These guys were talking about it earlier this morning too on Season Gaming. I've never had a problem with Jeff Keighley. I think a lot of I think what he does is really cool. People say like, oh, entrepreneur, blah blah blah. I mean, bro, what the fuck? The guy's an entrepreneur. He's a businessman. He's trying to. Who the fuck doesn't want to make money? Who the fuck doesn't want to broaden their, make their name bigger or put their name out there? The weird thing is he has no business being in the position that he's in. He's not a developer. He's not a creator. He's just somebody who just came out of nowhere, created all of these connections, and now he puts on these shows, or he makes these shows, whether it's the Summer Games Fest or the Video Game Awards, or now he hosts Gamescom, and then he used to host E3. So I really respect him for that. I know he's not everybody's cup of tea, but I think a lot of it too had to do with the fact that, I know a lot of Xbox guys that don't like him because it seemed like he just used to lean more towards PlayStation. Okay, yeah, that he probably did, but who gives a fuck? The show's the show. If you don't like the way the awards were presented, or if you think if you're one of those people that are like, Xbox is never going to win a game of the year, no, this is Phil Spencer is on the fucking board that votes for the games of the year. So there are people. There are people in place. It's just before, let's stop looking at before. Okay. It's been established last generation. Let's fucking erase it. All right. Because that's it. There was not a lot of good quality AAA titles. All right. And if you think that there is, then you're lying to yourself. Moving forward, things are different now. We've already been talked about it. It's been talked about for almost the past fucking year. This is a very competitive new generation, and we're starting to see the fruits of all this labor. And in the future now, things were going to be more competitive or more different. That includes these shows. But to get back to Jeff Keighley, I think what he does is really cool. It's an entertainment. It's a service. It's entertaining for us. If you don't like what you show is fine, but at least it's something for us to watch. It's something for us to look forward to. So yeah, that's at least my little fucking rant about Jeff Keighley. And yeah, Game Positive, yeah, boycott Travis, yeah, definitely, man. That's still gonna stick. I think Ains is still in here, so he's gonna see that. But yeah, let me see. Mike, what did you think of the show itself, my man?
So I didn't watch the shows directly, and I kind of just jumped in the scramble of it all, and I just had to look it up, honestly, and nothing too impressive. I have, I went out of my way to avoid Dying Light 2. I know, Jordan, you were, like, hollering at me, like, yo, Mike, Dying Light 2, and I was like, I'm good. I'm good on that, and I'm good on Elden Ring, and I'm good on some things right now where I'm just like, it's getting to the wire now. But, Dying Light, obviously. Forza, we were talking about it while we were playing Riders Republic. Like, racing games are cool. I like racing games. I don't play them as much, probably, as, like, I would want to. But I like Forza, or at least what it looks like, and I like what everyone says about it. So I'm definitely going to be checking that bad boy out. But, yeah, for the most part, the list that I see, initially, I'm just like, that's cool. I'd rather talk about, like, the other Gamescom stuff for me personally, like Midnight Suns, blah, 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 stuff like that. But
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, but either way, dude, like, as a whole, good to go. People are making content. They're making video games. They're getting it out there. Yes, not every game show is going to be, like, the banger that you want it to be and, like, whatever the case is, So, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man, for sure. Patman Gaming, what's up, brother? Thanks for being here with us, guys. If you need any, if you're looking for a Halo channel that drops nothing but information on Halo, daily stuff, definitely hit up the Patman Gaming. Good to see you here, my man. Yeah. So, I think we're pretty much like unanimous in terms of. I think it's pretty unanimous in terms of like how what we thought of the show itself. Now. Obviously, there was the Gamescom, where it was mixed and where other news and information dropped, which we'll get to in a bit, but because things happened in between that. It's amazing how much shit there was this week.
Yeah.
So this week also, Namco Bandai announced that there was a next generation update for Little Nightmares 2. Optimized for the Series X/S and obviously for the PS5 as well. And it's ray traced with 3D audio. The ray traced mode is 4K at 30 FPS with optimized ray tracing. And the performance mode gives you 60 FPS with dynamic resolution up to 4K and ray tracing. Not sure how, but... the ray trace mode, obviously, it's a locked 4K, whereas this one is dynamic. I would personally rather do the dynamic 4K at 60 if it includes the ray tracing as well. Kind of like Spider-Man Miles Morales or Ratchet and Clank, which is what a lot of people opted for. I haven't personally tried it. I loved Little Nightmares 2. It's one of my favorite games of the year. I'm sure a lot of people who played it have the same impressions of it. I know Elu loved it. I know Ains loved it. Jordan, I know you loved it. Ryan here right here. Ryan is saying that Xbox Ray Traced is bugged. I haven't heard anything about it.
It is.
It is. You guys have heard about that?
Yeah, Digital Foundry did a video, and it's broken.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's like it's completely missing. So there was probably a patch coming for that. So if you're really into the ray tracing, the PS5 version's the way to go right now, because ray tracing works, and the Xbox just broke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had no idea. I mean, they'll patch it. I'm sure they'll patch it. But So we did do I know Mike just dropped this here. We did do a spoiler cast back when the game released. So if anybody's interested in it, it is there. Do I want to revisit this game? I would like to revisit it just to see, like what they did with, at least like with these updates. But man, like that's just one of those games where you have to sit and really just absorb everything, that happened in the game, because it was just what a fucking fantastic ending. The experience was amazing. If you haven't played Little Nightmares, I really implore you to. Little Nightmares 1 and 2 are some of the...
I agree.
There are no games I've played before that say so much with so little words.
Literally no words.
Barely any dialogue.
Yeah.
At all.
Literally no words.
It's amazing. That's how you've told an excellent story. You know what I mean? So I really do. But yeah, I don't know if any one of us have tried it. Have you guys tried?
I fired it up.
You did? Okay. Okay. What'd you think?
Like said, I wanted to kind of see what it looks like. They call it beauty mode for the ray tracing, and then the performance mode obviously is performance mode. But yes, Tainted Brain, you have to play the game.
Oh
Elu,
yeah.
shout out to Elu because he was in our spoiler cast with us. Such a great time. But the
Mm-hmm.
game looks really good in full 60 frames, man. I can't lie. I was in chat with Pompa, and I loaded up the school sequence, so I was watching the no spoil. I won't. I'm not going to say too much, but
Yeah.
but the animations look great. I'll say that the animations look
Okay.
great. The animations look fantastic. It's a pretty game. Yeah. Will I revisit it anytime soon? I don't think so. I want to, but I think I need to wait for a lull, just because I want to kind of go in that fresh without anything distracting me, because it's such a unforgettable experience.
Yeah, they really are, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, it's so fucking good. And here Elu says it himself. He's like, if LN2 is incredible, if anyone enjoyed Braid, Limbo, or Inside and somehow missed out on these, they are absolute must plays, and that's about as well as I can say it. You know, because funny thing is those other games as well. You know, I mean, Limbo and Inside, I think, are more, you know, in terms of like atmosphere. You know, it's kind of like it's more similar than Braid. You know, but yeah, and there's no dialogue in those either, barely any. You know what I mean? So that's how you know, like, just play them, just play Little Nightmares.
Yeah,
They're
that's
so good.
all. That's all. Now's a good
That's
time
all.
too.
That's honestly all I can say about that. Let me see. 3-bit here said PlayStation 5 does software-based ray tracing and Xbox does hardware-based, increasing the CUs. PS5 kits are very similar to PS4, so the learning curve for devs is a lot shorter. I'll take your word for it, but I thought that PS5 also did hardware-based ray tracing as well, because I remember like this was one of the talking points of like all the fan bitches before the consoles came out, and then like it was shot down. But maybe I mean, I'll take your word for it. But yeah, I'm not sure what you had said that in in relation to, but I'm sure it had to do obviously with Little Nightmares. But that's good to know at least. Still look fucking good. Okay. Let's go, boys. Riders Republic. The beta came out, or the alpha, or whatever the fuck it was called. We tried it out. I'm going to be short on it myself, you know, because I know you guys have played more of it. I know Mike and Jordan had streamed it as well.
Did.
Riders Republic really surprised me, man. Okay, I am here, a Ubisoft hater, because I am a lover of old Ubisoft, as everybody knows, but I just don't like the current direction they're in, or the current trajectory. But different strokes for different folks. But in terms of what they did with this game, it's really fun. Like, I went from just like, yeah, I'll try it out. I'm gonna buy Riders Republic. I'm definitely going to buy it. I think it's a fucking blast, actually. I think the BMX is a blast. I think the snowboarding and the skiing is so fun. Even the snowmobile section is fun. Just getting from one place to another. I haven't unlocked the jetpacks yet, or I'm sorry, yeah, I think the jetpacks, or I think the squirrel suit sections, you know, or the rest of the extreme sports that they have. But everything that I played so far is fantastic. It seems like it's very, very well made. The dialogue is a little bit cringe. It's cliche, but who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Because you're definitely not going to play Riders Republic for the story. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but it's very, very impressive, at least like with what I've seen. It looks good. You know, not the best looking game, but it is a good looking game, especially for how big and expansive the map is. And the cool thing is when you zoom out of the map, you see all the live players that are playing it. You just see a bunch of fucking dots just everywhere on the map. You know, it's really cool. I know they did that in the crew before. They did implement that in the crew, but the crew sucks. So onto the Riders Republic. But I'll jump over to you guys so far. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it, man. I really liked what I saw. Jordan, my fucking son. What did you think?
Actually, you know, let me go. Mike, you take helm on this one, brother.
Mike, you take helm, bro.
You go
fucking
first,
son.
Take the helm.
All right, so you start off in like a little tutorial mode because each different sport has its own controls, and so it's extensive tutorial to kind of figure it out. But you want to do that to have fun. You got to kind of learn to have fun in this one, but it's okay though. You do snowboarding, skiing, mountain bike. I had a bike with the thin wheels, horizontal movement only, but I never got to a track that did that. So maybe some like long range type of like skinny wheel type of bikes. I don't know what that's called. and the jetpacks. There's a lot of stuff because it was a beta that they didn't let you use, but you got to see it like from Windows shopping perspective. But yeah, once you get through the tutorial and you kind of understand, I would say that the funnest or like the best part about the game was the downhill bicycle riding, because it was more, you had a lot of mechanics going on at once. RT to pedal, LT to brake, LB to boost. But because you're on a bike and momentum, you don't have to, like, if you run out of boost, you can't pedal because that's how you gain boost back. So you don't want to pedal on the downhill, depending on how fast you're going. You want to boost on the straightaways and stuff like that. And it's really fast and it's really visceral. And yes, like Mo said, it is that like, yo, bro, let's go catch the, whatever and lay low and dine out, dog. Yeah, like it's like, it is like that hardcore. It plays licensed music and it's all like remixed, like for example, Gangster's Paradise, but it was like slow and it had a melody, like it was like slow, and like other songs with like techno versions of it, and
Excellent
it felt
soundtrack.
Yeah, it felt like a party as you were going along with it. And you're just like, yeah, bro, let's grind. Let's 50-50 this bitch. We did a versus, which was pretty fun. It was, you're in a skate park. It's a snowboard or ski thing. And you do tricks and you gain points to hold an area, red or blue. And that was okay. You couldn't do any big races. You could only do versus. So me and Jordan just raced with each other. And with the beta, they had a big man race, which was what, Jordan, 64 people?
Yes, 64
Yeah.
In a race, but it didn't work. And I think that was probably because a lot of people were playing it to be like, that would be my guess, just kind of like from the couch, But overall, with the little game loop and how easy it is to get in the flow of things, the checkpoints and stuff were a little shit or whatever, but how easy it is to get in the flow of things. Some of the game modes, like the delivering pizza mode, Jordan, I was not a fan of that.
That was jank.
Yeah, and we streamed it on Twitch for about an hour and some change or whatever,
Yeah.
so you guys can check that out if it's there. But overall, man, I was really surprised. It looks like an Ubisoft game, which is cool. I feel like they really nailed, like I'm getting Breakpoint for some reason. I have no idea why, but I'm getting Breakpoint multiplayer systems. Like, however they figured out certain multiplayer things, Ubisoft is what I'm talking about. Like, they got it down for some reason. But overall, I had a pretty good time. Jordan, what would you say about it, man?
No, I enjoyed it, man. Like I remember how that Ubisoft presentation at E3 was just so blah, but this was the standout for me. And again, finally getting to play it, I can kind of like see that my impressions about it were kind of more or less accurate. It's a fun game. I'm looking forward to Kevin's reactions about this, but no, it was a blast playing with you, man. I like the idea of kind of incorporating multiple these extreme sports together. Like you had mentioned, there's a bit of a learning curve with trying to figure out the controls for each of the sports, because I found myself, trying to hold boost when I'm skiing and I'm just changing my stance. I'm riding backwards.
Yeah.
But the personality in this game, it's over the top. What's up, Ledge? It's just it's so cheesy. It's so cheesy. Shred the gnar. It's so cheesy, but I love how they're just kind of committed to that over the top style with it. It's fun to play. I could see this being a blast with people. I believe you can group up with 6 friends in a party system. I think so. I wanted to try one of the mass races with Mike, but we had some server issues. It's just a cool game. Customization is pretty darn deep. All the licensed stuff is there. There's a lot of potential here. I will stand by that, and I'm looking forward to it.
And Jordan, did you mention your first person experience? Like how?
Oh, yes. I will not. Okay, thank you, Mike. Racing games, car ones especially. I do not play from the point of view of the driver. It's just too claustrophobic for me. I don't play from the bumper either. I usually play way back from the car. But for some reason, downhill bike racing in this game is like fantastic for me in first person mode. It's just so visceral. You can really feel the speed of this game. You're going like 70 miles per hour downhill. It's totally unreal. There is a little bit of jank when you go to do a trick off a jump, because the camera reverts to third person, then it pops back into first person perspective, and there's a bit of a shake, which is kind of realistic, I suppose, but maybe that can be tuned up. But yeah, the game is just a lot of fun. I'm sad that the beta is over, but I'm looking forward to the full release.
I thought they extended the beta.
I think it's
Maybe it's up.
today?
Maybe it's up until
I think it
today.
ended
Today?
yesterday, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did it?
Okay.
Okay. Ryan here
Yeah.
says Marcus Phoenix is hanging out in my living room. Yeah, man, he's right behind me, dude. He keeps me on my toes, you know. And then
Not my fucking tomatoes.
Ains actually Ains also has one. Ains has one in his weight room, you know, so that way, like,
Fucking nerds.
you know, when he's fucking lifting weights, and you know, if he's like, oh fuck, I
Does
can't
he
do this,
spot him?
he just looks at him. He's like, oh fuck,
Yeah, he does.
so that's a good motivator in the weight room.
Ains's spotter is Marcus Phoenix.
Yep.
That's amazing.
That's
Well, I'm
awesome.
glad you guys enjoyed this fucking janky ass game.
Oh God! Oh, here we go. All right, man.
Yep,
All
here
right,
comes
play,
Nancy.
go ahead,
No,
go
no,
ahead.
no,
No,
no. There's
please.
there's too much to play. I played it. It was fine, and I will play it with you guys. But I'm not paying full price for this shit.
You don't have
No,
to pay full price.
no.
Pay
Wait,
for
wait like a month or two. It'll be
Yeah,
done.
Yeah, no,
man,
no,
it's like
dude,
a
no.
soft game, bro.
2 weeks.
2 weeks? 2 weeks?
It
Okay.
will be 2 weeks. It'll be $29.99, and I'll get it.
Okay,
Done.
Yeah.
that's
Done.
40. 20.
No, $29.99. You watch, dude. I will
Okay,
keep track of the price for this
Okay.
one. Okay?
Guys,
Okay.
do you know how many of these games too are going to be discounted on Black Friday? You think
It's
Riders
true.
Republic won't be discounted on Black Friday? Fuck yeah, it will.
No, you guys had a good time. I watched the stream. I actually had more fun watching the stream than playing the game. I did play by myself, so it is a completely different experience playing by yourself
Yeah.
versus playing with other people. I could see riding together with the crew being pretty fun.
yeah.
It really reminds me of the Crew 2, right? Which I was super disappointed in because I kind of like the Crew. The OG one, and they tried to go all Forza with the Crew 2, and it kind of fell flat. But maybe they learned some shit there. I will not be playing POV. That shit was maddening.
Yeah,
That
so
was
cool.
sickening. I do play with myself a lot. But I play with myself, but I also am talking to a bunch of guys at the same time. So take that as you will. But I think Riders Republic is a solid $29.99 game. It's probably what would you guys say, like a 9.8? Was that like a 9.8, 9.7 game of the year type material?
Sure,
yeah.
sure. Ballpark.
Yeah.
Ballpark.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a big ass ballpark.
That's the ballpark
yeah,
of
that's a
anywhere
big
between
fucking
5
ballpark,
and
man.
9.8.
Oh yeah.
But you're absolutely right. When you look at these Ubisoft games, it's funny because I always have a thing in my head of Ubisoft being Breakpoint, Ghost Recon, Division, right? And you actually see a lot of those mechanics being used in Riders Republic, with the vehicles or with the UI, and it's just kind of funny how they reuse it, they tweak it, and they put it in there. And from a shooting game to this fucking downhill bike game, mountain biking game, and they have similar things that it just feels Ubi, right? I mean, you just know what you're playing.
Of course.
So it's fun. It's different. I'll play it. I'll talk shit. I'll fucking play it.
I'm not sure what's going on here, man. Oh no, not here. Where is it? Right here, bro. Even 3-bit says you play with yourself a lot. So seems like it's a
Are there
recurring
pictures
theme.
out there? I don't know. There are pictures out there. I'm
Elu
sure.
took,
Just
Elu
don't go
took that
looking
as
for
well
'em.
too, man. You know what I mean? So it's just,
Wow.
I don't know what's going on, bro. But
Yeah,
I
sorry.
guess so.
You might be
Alright,
looking
guys,
for a new podcast.
Confirmed
dude.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cancel me.
Oh yeah, definitely. Haynes is saying Asa, it's 2 to 3 a.m. Asa, man, appreciate you. Appreciate
know, no
you
shit.
being with us, dude. I know it's fucking vampire hours for you over there, so thanks a lot, man. Game on
Yeah.
Daily, guys. Hit them up for all your news. So let's see. Let me see. We're at Riders Republic. Okay.
All right.
Horizon Zero Dawn. This was a little bit confusing for me. I don't know, maybe it's probably just my dementia kicking in, but apparently it's so Horizon Forbidden West was officially delayed until February 2022. So it's now going to be released February 18th. I was always under the assumption that it was going to happen. I thought that they had said from before, and then I realized I'm like, okay, just everyone just did not expect it to release this year. Because when they announced that it was going to be released, I was like, wait a second. I was like, I thought it was already delayed. I'm kind of, wait, what the fuck is going on here? But apparently, it was never actually officially delayed until now. So it will be released on February 22nd or February 18th, 2022. Like I said, and they said that past a major milestone, they entered the final stage of development. It's on track, but a bit uncertain if we'll be able to polish the game to the level of quality we strive for. Initially, they said it's on track for the holiday, but they never committed to it. They've said that from before. And, again, they said that, our teams were hugely impacted by the global pandemic. I can't fucking wait until that is no longer used anymore in in these apology freaking or whatever these announcements. Anyway, so that's gonna be, and then on top of that, the cool thing is too is they also said that Horizon Zero Dawn received a official 60 FPS patch. So we talked about that before too. I mean, we pretty much knew that they were going to release this at some point before the new game comes out, to kind of, get people, generate hype and get people to play up before the game does release or before the sequel releases. So, I mean, that was something nice too. And I know, Jordan, you haven't played these games yet, but what do you think so far? Of the delay and whatnot.
The delay does not affect me really. Only thing, and I'm sure a lot of us share the same kind of sentiment, is that it means that more time for Halo, right? The game coming out early next year is, again, no big deal. I have a lot of games to play through right now. I'm really excited to play through Zero Dawn though with the 60 frame enhancement. I did download it when it was free on PlayStation before I got my PS5 actually. I fired it up, I think, at least like 2 or 3 months ago, and I was, again, this was me kind of, turning my nose up. Oh, I can't play this. This is just too slow for me. I know. It was bad.
Oh, no.
It was bad. No. It's very pretty.
Little girl.
It's a very pretty game. But again, I haven't turned it on since I installed my update, but I'm excited to get to it. But I just need to finish through a few other games first. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
feel you on that, Jordan.
I loved Horizon Zero Dawn. I played it on the OG
Love to hear
PS4,
that.
and then I played the expansion, and I probably have 100 hours into
Nice.
Horizon Zero Dawn. So I'll be getting this probably day one. I kind of want to see it through, and yeah, I just I'm super excited. I don't think I'd be playing the 60 FPS patch. It's just, it would be a grind again. The story wasn't all that great, in my opinion. I liked the gameplay. The story was okay. The gameplay did it for me. I really liked all the different ways that you could, take enemies down, and and it was a beautiful game. So that's kind of what I played it for. I don't think I could start over and do that all over again, even at twice the frames. I couldn't do it. But I'm super psyched for having something to play during the long ass Idaho winters. So February is February, right? Yeah. It's a good time, and it's usually not super hot right then. So I think it'll be a good time for that to release. You'll miss all this shit in the fall. You'll get all the Halo out of people, and I know that we'll still be playing it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, man.
And I think it's good for him. I want him to have a polished game, because that first one was pretty polished. It was really good. And then the more time they had, they just ended up gimping it out. Like, they gimped out the ultimate armor to make it gimpy, and it wasn't all ultimate anymore. And I got pissed off about that. But I want to play this game, but I can wait. It's no biggie, really.
Yeah. I always tell Jordan, I'm like, dude, he jumped on the PS5 at the fucking perfect time.
Yeah,
between Ghost and Death Stranding and what else, man? God of War and all these games that have received these updates, and now Horizon Zero Dawn. He did whatever. I've been looking too. While you guys were talking, I was looking up that ray tracing thing just earlier. I know 3-Bit was mentioning it, and actually, there's an article from VGC in October 8th, 2019. Where it says PS5 ray tracing tech is hardware accelerated. That was actually confirmed by Mark Cerny. So yeah, you learn something every day. That's cool. Yeah, a little bit off topic, but yeah. Mike, are you gonna jump into Horizon Zero Dawn? Before I didn't finish the game. I think the whole thing with the open, I got open world fatigue from it. I thought it was great. It was awesome. It was fun. But the story just didn't really click with me too much, and that's kind of like another reason why, I kind of like put it down. I know a lot of guys here, they loved it. I know Ains loved it. I think Elu, you liked it too, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he did. But yeah, personally for me, I just got open world fatigue from it, for sure. And then Wild Boy here says he played it on PC. I feel like if I had played it on PS4 with 30 FPS, I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much. There's just some crazy reaction time needed for some fights that 30 FPS can't do.
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't necessarily have a big problem with that, but nowadays,
but you get used to it, right?
Yeah, you do.
We were used to it. That's all you had was 30 FPS.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, so
but you're right. You're right. At 60, I could see some of those fights with the Thunder Jaws and shit being much more fluid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so we're not all PC master race like you, Wild Boy. Mike, did you play Horizon Zero Dawn? Are you thinking about getting back into it with this?
I don't think I'll get this update. I platinumed the game. I had a real good time with it when I first played it.
Oh, nice.
I got the ultimate armor and all the little nodes for it and stuff. But that game to me, like the only bad thing I would say about that game for me exactly is like the whole whatever Aloy's like problem is or whatever. Everything else was pretty cool except for some of like the missions and like obviously the face animations or whatever. But Kevin, you hit it on the mark. Fighting those, there's a bird robot, there's a T-Rex robot, there's a big ass salamander robot, like in Jordan, like in Monster Hunter, the salamander dude that we fought in the swamp.
Yes.
But a robot. It gets gnarly, and I think it's one of those things where it'd be such an awesome experience to have for the first time if I didn't play it before. And like, oh yeah, the enhanced version is going to come out for the first game. I'm going to play that through, especially if you're like a big, Horizon buff or even like robots or dinosaurs, or a mixture of both, whatever, and like I'm going to play the first one. I'll purchase the second one and play it like a week later and just like go all the way through. Yeah. But I won't be jumping on this one. I've played, like I said it before, I platinumed it and then I played it another like halfway through it because I liked it so much. The soundtrack is great. It makes you feel magical inside when it starts up. But yeah, Jordan, that beginning is pretty boring, man. Like I feel you on that when you're young Aloy and you don't have a lot of, and you're going through the trials and stuff. Like I remember being like, all right, any time that I can kind of start going on my own and like, acquiring upgrades or whatever the case is.
The only thing I'd be interested, just real quick, I'd be interested to see if the trophies and everything would be the same, right? Because it's just a enhancement patch, you'd think.
So
right.
The patch. That's all I did was just download a patch.
Because I had a really hard time trying to platinum the game. I was very close, dude. But the time trials I'd fuck up on, and I wonder if being at 60, frames, if I would have a better chance with the time trials.
I think
for that
so.
shit.
Okay, so let me tell you guys something that is about that real quick. So right now, I don't know what PlayStation is doing or how they're doing it with their upgraded versions of games. So Neo 2 came out with a remastered version, but if you have it already on the 4, you get a free PlayStation 5 update. All right, same thing with Mortal Kombat, same thing with Aliens as well. Dude, I have not, and I've tried to figure it out, save progress is not good. I'm sorry. It's confusing. But I'm a dumbass as well. So, you never know. It could be both ways, right? It's not as easy as I would like it to be. But also, when you download the PlayStation 5 version and you didn't integrate your save system, it has its own set of PlayStation 5 trophies. Like I see Mr. Badbit is here. He might have like a better understanding on like how to do that, but right now for me, like I'm having issues with that, and to me it's just like,
yeah, we can
like I can't do it easily. Yeah, you know, but anyways, just to get on that, like probably that it will have its own trophies. It will probably have its own PlayStation 5 trophies and stuff like that. Yeah. But you could probably play the PlayStation 4 version with the enhancements
or something.
Yeah, and then still like run on with the yeah, exactly. So it's like it's one of those things. It's you either start at the end or just kind of continue and not know what you're doing. But memorable moments in that game, fighting all those dinosaurs, it is insane what you can do because you got different ammo types and different traps you can set up. You case the area like a freaking mercenary. It's awesome.
That sounds exciting, man.
Very memorable moments if you want to take that open world jaunt, you know, with all the shit that's happening. That's in February, but
There
still.
you go. No new trophy list. Joe has spoken. The trophy man himself.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, he mentioned it. And he did, man, look, so if you go through I mean, you know, like I said, Ain said he platinumed it. He never played the expansion. I know of 3-Bit here. He said that he felt like it was a chore, felt like, you know, he should have liked it rather than naturally liked it, and felt like I should have liked it rather than naturally liked it. And yeah, you know, definitely, you know, that's why Jordan was saying different strokes. And that's kind of how I felt about it in a bit. You know, I didn't feel like the whole game was a chore, but I did feel like, you know, it fell into like the whole open world trope traps in a sense. You know, it definitely had that. And I think for me, like my patience has been very thin with situations like that. So yeah, I see your point at least from that end. But yeah, man, anybody who hasn't played it yet, it's a good fucking way to jump in. All right, so we were drawing earlier for the game for Aliens Fire Team Elite. And the winner, my friends, from all you guys who have graciously joined us, is Mr. Elu Spook. Mr. Elu, congratulations, man. You are, well, you know what's fucking hilarious too is we were just bugging Elu about it too, man. That's so fucking weird how this works. We were joking around with him. We're like, hey, Elu, man, it's a fucking game of the year. Get it, man. Get it. You know, and so, yeah, man. But definitely, look how the world works. But yeah, congrats, man. And this copy was courtesy of our brother, Mariano Pampa. Fucking Pampanator, my fucking son.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hilarious how that works. Congrats, man. All right. So moving on, my friends. Let's go to. So now we get into the Gamescom the area of you know, the second day. This is like the mixed show, and this had quite a lot of, you know, different announcements and things like that. And you know, again, we obviously know what the two biggest things were. I mean, you know, when you talk to some people, they'll tell you the only things they can remember are really Halo Infinite and Death Stranding.
I can see that for sure.
Yeah, you know, I mean, because like even if I went through it, like there was a lot of shit. Like I know Supermassive announced a game called House of Ashes. I'll be honest with you, dude. Looking at the list right now, I know you know, Drinkbox Studios, who made Guacamelee, they made a new game called Nobody Saves the World, which I'm sure is going to be fantastic. They've had, you know, a lot of cool you know, outputs from before. I know Ains too, he's a big fan of Drinkbox. They showed the new Saints Row as well. First they showed a trailer and then a very small snippet of the gameplay. And small. It's pretty much a reboot for Saints Row. And the funny thing is a lot of people did not like Saints Row, the reboot, and you know, it got a lot of downvotes on its YouTube video, a ton of fucking downvotes.
Why exactly? I didn't keep up with that, but I'm curious.
I was listening to SG this morning, and these guys were talking about it as well, and they actually said, and me personally, I don't. So I mean, Travis made a good point. You know, he was saying, he's like, I think a lot of the sexism is showing in a lot of these, you know, complaints. You know, because everybody knows, you know, Saints Row is over the top, over sexualized, a lot of fucking innuendo and shit like that. And I think maybe, you know, I mean, I'm assuming that has something to do with it too. You know, because a lot of people were just expecting that type of theme again. You know, me personally, I don't give a shit. I think, it's different times we're living in, and, a lot of things are different now. So you have to kind of like get with the program in a sense, in terms of like what's more culturally tasteful, or appropriate. And, because I personally don't see the problem here. First of all, it's a reboot. If they wanted to stay the course, then just fucking make a Saints Row 4 or Saints Row 5 or whatever the fuck number they were on, right? I think a reboot is, as long as it retains the fun factor, personally, I don't give a fuck how it looks thematically. Over sexualized or whatever. Or I think they're also trying to get away like from that whole gangster look as well that they had from before, which was fun. It was cool, but I think like I just don't want it, because Saints Row, the cool thing about it is it was kind of like the anti-GTA in a sense, and then it just took the batshit crazy elements and it just ran away with it, right? And then it just really improved on it more and more, and that's really what garnered like the big fan base that it had. And I can see from that perspective, because people saw it kind of looked like Fortnite characters, and they also bitched about Redfall too, by the way. People also bitched about Redfall, that they also kind of looked like Fortnite characters. So I think as long as it retains that the fun factor or the craziness that made it fun, then I guess like however it looks, like it's not really that's not really a big problem to me. I mean, it's a reboot, guys. It's a fucking reboot, so there has to be like some things have to be a little bit different at least. But I don't know. What did you guys think about just us? I want to get into the rest of Gamescom, but what did you guys think about this whole Saints Row situation?
I didn't mind it at all, to be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of Saints Row games. I've played the majority of them, not to completion, but I've experienced them, and there's really nothing wrong with it. Like the tone they're going for, obviously, is like you mentioned, they kind of stepping away from the whole like convict gangster style thing, but they're making it more of like a tongue-in-cheek, like hipster kind of funny but wacky thing, which is kind of what the DNA of that franchise has been since like 3 and 4, I believe. They're just going over the top, but it's like Diego had mentioned, it seems like it's a little bit tamer now, which is not a bad thing. So they may be able to focus more on I don't know, maybe just kind of introducing more grounded, I guess you could say, more grounded ideas in terms of storytelling and gameplay, but maybe less dildos.
If I can't slap somebody with a dildo, I'm not.
Oh, you're out. Okay,
so,
well
that's my factor right
Volition,
there.
you lost Kevin there
in my purchase. I mean, it might be a secret code or something.
And it's Volition too, right? It's the same studio. So then it's their baby.
Right. So you're forgetting that. It's just let them do their thing.
It'll be a fun game.
It'll be a fun little sandbox. And like I said, don't take it seriously. It never was meant to be taken seriously. But again, the whole, you know what? I wonder when these damn Fortnite comparisons are going to stop. Oh, probably never.
They're not.
So Diego here, Diego is saying the Saints Row, judging by the trailer, did seem watered down in comparison to its history. Yeah, that I can see that, but I think, that's the thing too, Diego. Like, I mean, I think a lot of, and first impressions are everything, especially nowadays, because a lot of people are just really quick to, and this isn't, with regards to what you're saying, just in general. That's why I think like whenever you reveal a game, it's just so much better. I know sometimes that gameplay is not going to be ready, it's not going to be ready immediately, but I think gameplay speaks volumes over trailers, because we're seeing this a lot nowadays, and I really blame that on the devs or on the publisher. Hey, put something out. Hey, show something, I think just gameplay is always going to speak volumes, man. Like that's really when people will really look at it and say like, oh yeah, this shit looks good. As excited as we are for Redfall, all we know about Redfall is what it potentially could be. Let's be honest with each other. Yeah, it's a good fucking studio that's making the game, and I think it's fucking awesome with what it is that they're going to make. But what are they making besides the trailer that we saw, right? I think everybody would be a million times more hyped for Redfall if they actually showed gameplay, and I think like nowadays it's very important for that, right? Like, because again, first impressions, and obviously first impressions sometimes either they stick or they don't stick, and then they show a CG trailer and then they show gameplay after, and everybody will forget about the initial impression that they had. But still, I see your point of view from here, because that's what happens. You know what I mean? And I wish they would just show gameplay, not fucking 10 seconds. But anyway. Yeah. I mean, look at here. Yeah. Fucking yeah. What a great point. Look at Black Myth Wukong. We saw fucking the first thing they showed was a badass trailer exactly 1 year ago when everyone was floored, right? And now they follow it up 1 year later with an even better trailer. You know what I mean? So, and that was all gameplay. So it's yeah, man, it's yeah.
It's a balancing act, I feel like. Remember how we kind of felt when the Halo did its campaign reveal trailer? It's kind of like underwhelming. So I guess they really want to just make sure that whatever they show is going to be freaking awesome looking. So I get it, but yeah, a 4-second gameplay trailer, why even bother? It was like the silliest thing.
No, man, you know, like, because you're just shooting yourself in the foot at that point, right? Like, I mean, because show what you have, you know. I mean, you want to tease people. It's like, bro, like, no, because people are still going to be fucking mad about it, just like they clearly are. Like, oh, you only showed 4 seconds. You know, I mean,
I don't think video games is the place for foreplay.
It's really not. You know, and you know who's smart? Rocksteady. When Rocksteady announced Justice League, they did not show any gameplay, right? Like, I mean, because they could have teased, and people, you know, obviously Rocksteady has the pedigree, you know. I mean, so they, if they could tease, then whatever. But still, they're like, hey, we'll show you gameplay when we're fucking ready to show you gameplay, right? It was just a quick announcement. It was pretty cool, you know. I mean, the way that they showed it, and I don't know, bro. Yeah, so we'll see. But back to Gamescom itself, what we were talking about. So what happened is, you know, Mike, before I get to Halo and you know, the consoles and all that stuff, I wanted to ask you for your opinion about Marvel Midnight Suns. This is developed by Firaxis. It's a tactics RPG customizable protagonist. You live with the Marvel heroes, and gameplay will be shown on September 1st. So what did you think of that, bro? You're the superhero buff here. Like, is this does this speak to you?
Here he goes.
Yeah, let's start out from the beginning here. So, okay, matter of fact, talking about the trailers, I was going to mention Midnight Suns. I'm like, the way they did it is they released a dope little CGI trailer, and then on the 1st, which is tomorrow and the next day, you get the gameplay trailer and probably like some bits. Now, in between those days, they have started talking about certain things with the game. First, customizable Marvel character ever in a video game. So you'll be able to mix and match, I think, certain things, make yourself look like how you want to. I think you get to do abilities from the heroes. Not exactly sure. There's some dev diaries, or, you know, where they're like talking to IGN people and stuff like that. These guys made XCOM. I've played XCOM for like, you know, a half a minute once, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. And I've played Gears Tactics as well, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I read somewhere that they're not showing a cover system, or maybe I heard that from Seasoned Gaming or something. Like, I've been kind of just like, you know, the dude from Constantine when he's in the wine bar, or he's in the gas station and he's like reading all the papers and he's like whispering to all the whispers. No? Okay. Anyways, it's a movie, guys. So anyways, and he's just trying to get information. Yeah, he's just trying to get information. I can't fucking believe you guys don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so what I'm thinking, like, so in my mind, I'm thinking turn-based combat. Are we talking like Pokemon teams here? You know, like, oh, my Wolverine has a slash ability, so I want these enemies to bleed over time. Like, let's use Wolverine at the start, and then, like, let's roll over to, like, you know, I mean, they got Blade, Ghost Rider, and these mythical type of characters from the comics and stuff. But that's what throws me off. So, and I've also heard that Marvel has just hoarded their IPs out to all gaming companies. So it's unlike WB, where they're just like, we own NetherRealm and we own Rocksteady. Like, we're only going to keep it close to the pocket and have those guys make our games. Marvel, on the other hand, was more like, yo, dudes, look at all this money I got and look at all these characters I got. Like, let's just throw it into the gaming industry and, like, see who comes up with the best stuff. Square Enix. I know. And now 2K, you know, these guys making Midnight Suns, you know, and they made XCOM. Different genres, different type of play style. I feel like it'll be an easy thing to pick up, but it'll probably need that certain flair to keep certain comic book players like engaged throughout. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's Pokemon, but with Marvel heroes. Like, could I handle that? I don't know. That feels like a little slow. Like, I would feel like the mechanics would have to have a lot going on. Like, oh, I need to mind this thing while I'm attacking. I don't know if I'm making too much sense here because I don't really play tactical RPGs, just in case if you can't tell. But I think it's cool that they are reaching out to different people to do different things. You know what I mean? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we had some sort of super cheap card game that's made by Marvel. Their mobile games hit pretty big. So, like, if you, like, Future Revolution, Future Fight, whatever it is, it's a mobile game, whatever. They bang, man. Marvel bangs, dude. I feel like they're just missing what Arkham does. That's all I got to say about the Marvel games. But I just feel like they're missing that really tight, really focused, heroic game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, so and this Midnight Suns is just another team up type of game. You know, so we'll see. Multiplayer, I'm not really sure about that. All I know is that like I'm gonna have to like really dig my mental power to be like focused on it, to be like, yeah, you know, number crunching and all that kind of shit. But
Dig deep,
it looks
Mike. Dig deep.
it looks really cool. You know, it's got the Metallica cover by some girl or whatever, and
You might
it's
really like it.
dude, it looks cool. Yeah, I know. So yeah, I'm gonna be into it.
I was telling
keep
you
a close eye
earlier.
on it.
I was telling you earlier too today on the SG show. I was in the chat. I told you I'm like, I know you really want to get into this, and I think XCOM would probably be your best entry. You know, I mean, those are XCOM.
Those are the dudes.
Yeah, that's them, man. You know, so yeah, if that resonates with you, then I think you'll have a great time with this one
For sure. For sure.
So yeah, so back to Gamescom. So what happened is they ended up announcing the Halo Infinite's release date. They flew Joseph Staten, creative director, the creative lead on Halo Infinite, all the way from Seattle for that fucking announcement. And they announced that Halo Infinite is going to release on December 8th of this year. And a lot of us were fucking excited. I was very happy. You know, I mean, they stuck to their word. A lot of bullshit going on, you know, like, I mean, oh, they had to make it, blah, 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 you know, I mean, whatever. But following these insider, you know, like these Inside Infinite since the delay and everything and all the transparency, like, I mean, I'm more, I'm more of, you know, I'm more in the camp of these guys really were waiting until the fucking game was just ready for release. You know, like, I mean, yeah, obviously they set their sights on a 1 year delay or 1 year plus. Obviously it was supposed to launch with the Xbox, so it's going to be like a 13-month delay. You know, I mean, so, but still, you know, like, I mean, I'm glad to see that at least they are meeting that, you know, and at the same time, they know what's at stake. They know the expectations. You know, I don't think that we love the franchise more than this development team does. So the fact that they're ready to release the game on December 8th is great. And the reason why I was mentioning earlier that Techland is going to be fucking pissed because the very next day is the release date for Dying Light 2. So, and the funny thing is too, is this was also mentioned earlier this morning on SG that Dying Light 2 Techland has the marketing deal with Xbox for Dying Light 2. So obviously, I don't think that they they didn't know, and I'm sure that they were kind of like blindsided by this announcement as well. There's a lot of people who think that they should delay. I personally don't think that they should delay. You know, I mean, for the reason being is that there's millions of Dying Light fans, and I think whoever loves Dying Light will end up buying the game, you know, like on day one. Granted, yes, I know Halo is Halo, you know, it's a much bigger franchise. It's Halo, you know, but I think the barrier to entry for Halo Infinite, considering that it's going to be on Game Pass, you know, whether it's the multiplayer or the campaign, the barrier to entry is significantly less, you know, than jumping on something like Dying Light, you know, like, I mean, so I don't think they should. I think they're going to stick to their guns, and I think they should still release it, you know. So yeah, sucks for them, but I guess this is the way that it is. Now what happened is right after the launch date was announced, they revealed a brand new Series X console, Halo Infinite themed, It's a bundle, that also comes with the game itself. And they also revealed a Elite V2 Halo Infinite themed controller as well. I mean, those, look at them. They were fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
And what happened is, and I know Ains and a few other guys here can and I know Pampa as well, and a few other guys, dude, like, I didn't even give a shit about the rest of the show. All of us just scurried online to pick these up. It was madness, dude, because right away, right after the announcements, they said, "Oh, available for pre-order now," and everybody just rushed to get them. I got lucky. I was able to secure both, and surprisingly, both through the Microsoft Store. So the Microsoft Store definitely did good on holding up its end in terms of the traffic, because of the, I remember when the Series X was launched, when the pre-orders opened, and there was just a lot of problems there. So they at least they definitely fixed that. And Ains right here, he's saying, he's like, I hit F5 about 700 times, dude. It's not hyperbole. It's fucking crazy because we kept waiting for the green pre-order button to show up. But yeah, man, these are just beautiful. I do agree with the sentiment for, some people were hoping that at least like the controller, that it would be a V3, the Elite V3, but I'll take it as is, to be honest with him. You could call me a fucking sucker, you could call me whatever, it's beautiful. Fucker. Yeah. And honestly, like, I was telling Jordan too, Jordan, you have the V1, right? And I told
Correct.
you, I'm like, and I told strong, you, man. And I know you picked this up as well. You picked up the V2, and honestly, man, I don't think like it's that big of a change, or I don't think the difference between the V1 and the V2 is so significant that you absolutely must. I had the V1, I got the V2. Yeah, sure, it feels nice, with some of the changes that they made, or I guess like not ergonomically, because ergonomically it's still the same, but I'm talking about like the pads and shit like that. But the paddles themselves for me are really what make this. I mean? So it still feels exactly the same from that perspective. But yeah, man, I'll jump to you guys. I think this was fucking awesome. And despite the fact that they still showed no gameplay, a lot of people were expecting gameplay. Still, look how much they still managed to generate so much excitement between the controller and the console, that like, a lot of people were like, oh, okay, it's Halo, man, it's going to generate that kind of excitement. So, and they're going to show gameplay soon enough. Staten did mention that as well, so they are going to show gameplay very soon of the campaign. But let me jump to you guys. Jordan, Gamescom, Halo stuff, release date. What did you think?
Yeah, brother. No major standouts to me. I caught most of it piecemeal because I was working at the time. Some pretty cool indie reveals. That Doku V game was friggin' wild. I'm sure a handful of us here were also kind of captivated by that, just based on the looks of it alone. I think I share the same sentiment that once Halo announced those limited edition console and peripherals, we were all just stopped watching the show and just said, let's just focus on this. And other standouts aside from that for me, the Far Cry 6 story pillar was kind of cool. I mean, Giancarlo's character actually does seem pretty compelling, just based on what I've seen and how he talks and everything. Again, the game still, how it plays and how it, they try to shift these tones as far as like super serious storytelling, but yet wacky as fuck gameplay. It still remains to be seen as far as how engaging that is, or if it can even kind of meld the dichotomy of those two things together. But a game. It was a cool presentation. I'm excited about these the console and the controller. My biggest concern with the V2 is the repair costs personally. But aside from that, I got nothing.
It's such a pretty console. I actually, against my better judgment, I tried to score one and I did not yet. Although have hope, because there's still listings out there at Best Buy.
Yeah.
and Amazon that are still up, and I don't think they ever actually went on sale yet. So we may be seeing more of those available, even though they'll probably go pretty fast. What a beautiful console! I actually like the console more than I like the controller, but the controller was badass too. Either way, if you got the money and you're a huge Halo fan, I mean, they've only come out with one, per gen of these, so it's a no-brainer if you're somebody like Mo and a degenerate that loves to collect shit. And I love the Halo announcement. They already said that they weren't going to show gameplay, so even still, I wanted it. I want people to see that it's a game and it's here, and to shut the fuck up about it. But it will come in due time. The hype's real though. It was nice to see the hype, and people just getting excited over Halo. It's been a long time, so I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely, man. Oh yeah. Mike, what'd you think, bro?
I'm not buying this stuff, but I'll tell you what, that shit looks so sexy, bro. I watched this trailer probably like 5 times just because of the raw beauty of it, bro.
Yes.
So it's let me just break it down. And I was like, this is so like symbolic, bro. So it's Master Chief in like this gold medal, and they melted him down into the console. And then they grab like energy or whatever that shit is, and they put it in. I mean, I get it's all plastic, but it comes together, and like the commercial itself, dude. Oh my god, I was like, this is how you showcase something like this, man. Like
Mike, no, they really did melt him down though. Put him in the console, and they got
and it's like
it's that
it's that really thin gold sheets. But they took it from a big statue, a golden statue of Master Chief.
Phil Spencer actually shaved off.
He stood there with melting it. But I loved it. I won't be getting that kind of stuff because I'm not like that big of a Halo fan. But man, that like trailer itself makes me wish I was one. So for all the guys who did get one, awesome. And I hope Cortana is like talking to you or whatever through the controller.
Something's got to happen from so that bitch better fucking do something, that console, for And we were saying earlier about the availability. Bizzle, I know you were trying to look for one as well, man. Best Buy has not listed theirs yet, as far as I know. It says coming soon, but definitely keep an eye out for that.
I've been watching.
Has Amazon too?
They both created listings, but Wario's timeline is completely clean on those. And he usually gets them if they drop.
Definitely.
So I haven't seen him.
Keep an eye on Amazon and Best Buy because they're definitely going to be they're going to stock for sure. I mean, if Walmart got them, Walmart actually stocked like an hour or 2 hours after Microsoft did. So, Diego, thanks, man. Heart, baby, heart. This cockeyed heart, but whatever. Yeah, it works. Okay, let's see. All right. Yeah. So that shit was awesome. Well, let me just get into since since we were on the topic of Halo. I mean, then they did an Inside Infinite, and they discussed the multiplayer tech preview, what worked, what didn't, what they learned, player stats and stuff like that. And what they basically did is let me see. Man, you know what? I don't even, where the hell is it anyway? I'm actually looking for it over here. It was really a breakdown that I was looking for, but they basically talked about total bots that were slain, how many hours were spent, between total bots and 4v4 multiplayer and things like that, and Staten then obviously ended it himself, in terms of he always ends each one, it's called Tales from the Trenches, and he said that about the the campaign, how they're going to show it very soon and how it's ready, and then he also gave like this little snippet of him like playing the campaign over and over, and so it sounds really assuring in terms of why or in terms of like how complete the campaign is, and again he also said that's why they did not show. He said, we hear your complaints, we see what's going on, and I know, we know people were disappointed that Gamescom we did not show anything, but he said the team again is in shutdown mode, just like they said last week. They're working with feature work and focused on crushing high priority bugs and all this stuff, and when it's ready, basically. So yeah, if you guys want to check it out, you can always hit up the the Halo Waypoint blog. Also shout out to the 9-minute Death Stranding director's cut video that they showed off at the end of Gamescom. This PS5 remaster is launching in late September. I love Death Stranding. Everybody knows it's divisive, and you either loved it or you didn't. Blah blah blah. Me personally, I thought it was great. And as much as we joke around about the director's cuts, I think this definitely has merit. This definitely warrants at least this is definitely a director's cut, if you want to call it. I was so impressed with the additions that they did to this game. Especially in that 9-minute trailer that they showed. New combat mechanics designed to make battling enemies more enjoyable. Melee attacks have been upgraded. They added new weapons. They added mounted machine guns, evolved stabilizers with thrusters. They have cargo catapults, which can launch cargo over long distances. If you played the game, you don't understand. And also that fucking little robot with the 2 legs that you can use also as a cargo holder, and he just follows you everywhere. Those in the game, they used to be, you would send them out on deliveries, right? And then it would give you it would give you a statistical breakdown of how likely it is that they'll make the delivery, depending on the route that they take and shit like that.
And it was a percentage of success.
Yes.
It was good.
And then also they showed a new area that wasn't in the game before, and they showed some stealth mechanics,
Racing.
Dude, that's fucking awesome, man. So I was looking at it and I'm like, this is very, very impressive. I know some people, were looking at the Ghost of Tsushima, additions that they made, and they're like, well, I personally think okay, the only questionable thing for me was the $10 upgrade, for the performance enhancements. But as far as the $20 for the DLC and everything else, I thought that was a no-brainer. Sure, you're getting a whole fucking new island, and that's about par for the course in terms of DLC. But this is a lot, for Death Stranding, and I think this was the version. Fuck, they even added racing. So the way that I looked at it is, not only is this the version that Kojima himself probably wanted to release, and obviously a lot of shit got cut, but there's a lot of quality of life additions that they added to this. Especially for the people that just had a hard time getting into this game, I think he looked at that as well. Him and his team looked at that, and they were probably like, okay, how do we make this game more approachable for people who did not like it, did not, or it started out very slow for them. So I'm really, really curious to see what they do here. So and obviously, the, Bad Bit himself here said the DualSense features in the game. Yeah, man. So I'm really excited for it, man. That was just something that I want to mention. I was very, very impressed with that 9-minute trailer.
Hell yeah.
And Wiley here says the director's cut only coming to PS5. It's weird considering the game is available on PC as well. Honestly, Wiley, I wouldn't be surprised, dude. Look, despite the fact that these games are coming to PC, Sony is still going to incentivize people to pick up a PlayStation. So we all know that. In terms of hardware and shit like that. So I really wouldn't be surprised if they did not, if they only held it off for the PS5, and maybe waited 6 months for it to go to PC. I don't think it's going to launch with the PC version on day and date. At least not that I've seen. They haven't mentioned anything about PC yet. So I think it's probably going to be only on PS5 for now, maybe. But yeah. Yeah. So I think, we lost Kevin. So I'm sure something happened to his Idaho internet.
No.
His potato internet.
I know. Yeah. But yeah, man, that was the last topic, guys. Yeah, I think I think that was because we were gonna talk about Deathloop for a bit, but
Yeah.
Honestly, man, I
don't want
read
to know anything else.
Yeah, I read a little bit. I didn't watch any of the previews. I just read a little
Good.
bit, in terms of what to expect.
Good.
All I'm gonna say is the previews were fucking very positive. A lot of people are really high. A lot of the previewers are really high on this game, and they're basically saying whatever you think it is, it's not. That's pretty much the impression that I got.
Really?
And they say that in the best way. Yeah.
What?
So yes.
That's kind of
really
something I need to hear for this game.
So there's a lot of previews out there, Mike. So you should check them out for sure. But they're pretty high on it, man. Yeah, for sure. They really like the they really liked what it's offering so far, and they even went to say like, I mean, they said like it's a roguelike, but it's not.
Yes, that's very accurate. That's very accurate.
So
be careful, Mike, because it'll spoil a lot of the experience. Because the whole game is about experimenting and discovery as far as like how to approach situations. So watch like the one that they put out like a few weeks ago that was behind closed doors. But yeah, I don't want to see anything more from that game. For me personally.
I think we're all on the same boat as well. Definitely. Well, actually, there was one more thing. I think Kevin, my fucking son, he wanted to mention something about that PS5 heatsync gate.
Because PlayStation I almost forgot about it.
So yeah, go ahead.
I almost forgot about it. But Joe's angry. So there was a breakdown. Some dudes, and I have no affiliation with these guys. First time I've actually seen them, but they ordered a new PS5 from Japan, and this is a slightly lighter model that we got word of. And it's being released in Japan and Australia and some other markets right now. I'm not even sure it's going to get here, but more than likely this is what they're producing now. And it was lighter, so they took it apart and found that the heatsink was significantly smaller. The fan was changed, and it had like a different wireless card in there, possibly an improved wireless card. They took some really rudimentary like heat cam images and measured it as running hotter, right? And this, of course, made rounds on the internet. It is interesting that they took away this heatsink, probably for fabrication, weight, cost, shipping, who knows. But I was reading up with Gamer Nexus, right? And he's a legit dude that breaks down just all sorts of PC hardware. And he even laughed at the whole concept of them using a heat cam to measure these things. There's nothing out there that says this is going to have any sort of real world impact on anything, right? So I just wanted to get that out there. PlayStation may not be dead this time. It's probably coming. I mean, I feel the death is imminent, but I'm not sure it's going to be because of this heatsink. Again, PlayStation has done this in the past where they release a newer version and strip away some features, right? So Sony's been pretty notorious for that, and your launch ones end up being kind of the ones to have, right? As long as you get a good working console. But we'll see. So keep your eyes out there. Watch for the bullshit that's going around that this PlayStation's worse. I've even seen that the performance is worse. It's not. Nobody's tested that. Nobody's really tested anything. They broke this thing apart, and you can see both images, and you can you see that one heat sink's smaller. That's really all we have here, and some heat readings from a thermal cam. No sensor, no heat readings from different places. So nothing official's out there, but I've seen some pretty official looking posts going around, propaganda. So just be aware. I think they just want to get more units out, and they probably figured that this is a way to get more pallets shipped. I don't know what 300 grams times 10 million more units is, but maybe that means they can make more money and get more units here, and people want these PS5s. So be glad to get your hands on a PS5, and I just wouldn't worry about fucking getting one. I even see people like, oh shit, I'm gonna wait. Don't fucking wait. Get your PS5. It'll work. You're gonna sit there and measure the heat coming off the back of your goddamn PS5? Seriously? No, you're not. You're gonna play Ratchet and Clank and have a good time. So
not only that, also he used a thermal gun in the back, and Austin. Yeah. He used a thermal gun, and it showed that the OG PS5 was 50 Celsius, and the new one was 53 to 55. So there's like a delta of like 3 to 5. And a lot of people just ran away with that, right? But what Gamers Nexus did on the original breakdown of the PS5 is they actually measured the temp at
right
the processor itself.
Yes, and
right?
that's you need to measure it with a sensor at the processor.
And
this could be expelling more hot air, you know,
Yes.
which might be a good thing.
Yes.
So yeah, no, it's not a great way to test it. And I have one of those thermal guns, and yeah, have fun with those.
It's not just
they're
that.
fantastic.
These people are so fucking stupid, you know, because obviously, again, it's just clout chasing crap, right? Because
it is clout chasing, and
it's not the same.
And watching the video, you know, it was funny because they're like, oh, these guys are fanboys. I didn't see any true fanboy shit there. There was a little bit of it, but I mean that they had the tools that they had, and they measured stuff. There was no gospel saying, you know, this is gonna do anything. But of course, they'll run with that, and you'll see that narrative going around.
Of course.
Just be aware.
Yeah.
Don't let that stop you from getting a PS5 and enjoying your fucking games, because you'll never notice it.
I think the last thing I'll mention too is because the heatsink itself on the OG PS5, it had more copper. Copper definitely dissipates more heat.
It does.
And they used less copper, but I think to me they probably figured out a way to keep it the same but use less copper to kind of like save costs.
Yeah.
You know, on the system.
It happens
itself.
all the time, man.
Which they fucking do all the time. If anybody remembers, the original PS3 launched for $600, and why? Because the Emotion engine ran for that itself was about $200 that Sony had to shell out for every console that they made, and that's on top of the cell processor and the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi and everything else, right? Like, I mean, so they started cutting in the future iterations from it. Now, this is not cutting. Obviously, this is not hurting performance. You know, I mean, I'm gonna trust these fucking engineers to do what they're doing over these fucking bitches that are playing on Twitter, you know what I mean? But I'm glad you mentioned it, though. I'm really glad you mentioned this.
Yeah,
so,
it's just I hate seeing that shit out there. It's just funny.
But if you didn't know, PlayStation is fucking dead for sure.
It's dead.
That was for
Chapter
you,
11.
Joe.
Totally dead.
Yeah, totally fucking dead. That was for you, Joe. Just sell your shit. It's done. Yeah, guys, that is it, baby. Good fucking show. This was a lot of good topics, a lot of good conversations. Everybody in the chat, you guys, our friends, our brothers, thank you so much for being with us. Lady Faz as well too, and I think Kate, thank you guys all for being here and listening to us ramble. And you know, Elu, congrats to you, man. Pampa, my fucking son. Thanks for generously giving away that game. I'm gonna let Jordan and Kevin and Mike talk about any of you know, the extra shit that we've been doing with streaming and whatever. So I'll kick it off to you guys. Jordan.
Yeah, no, just to reiterate what I had mentioned earlier. You know, Mike and I have a Twitch channel now. I just posted the link in the chat. You know, we're kind of doing kind of a, you know, learn as you go, or, you know, trial by fire kind of thing. We just kind of do spur of the moment things. Usually, like, we decide the day out that we're going to play something. And like I said, we try to keep it in regards as far as like a connected experience with you guys, the viewers. We, you know, we're trying to keep a conversation as far as what's going on, what we're doing, how we're experiencing it, and we try to go over those things with you. Kevin also, again, fired up a Discord for us, and Lady has been modding for it, basically setting up all of our channels. Fucking awesome. We appreciate that. Yeah, just general small steps towards kind of expanding our ability to connect with you guys. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. You know, we appreciate you coming out every week, and we love doing this. So cheers, guys.
Yeah, man. One more thing. Diego said hot tub streams coming from Jordan and Mike soon. So, hey, man.
No doubt.
Maybe.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
we're putting you guys on the
Once
spot,
this
though.
once this OnlyFans thing kind of rolls over,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Oh yeah, yes, game. Lady is definitely the MVP.
for sure.
So yeah, you guys got any other final thoughts, or you good?
I'm good, man.
I'm
I'm
good.
good.
Good, yeah.
All right.
Loving what gaming is offering to me right now.
Yes, sir.
We always bitch about too much games, but that's way better than having no games to play.
No game.
So
Amen, Mike.
So it's cool.
100%.
Yeah, it's awesome.
100%, man.
it's awesome.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you again for being with us, and hopefully we'll see you guys next Sunday. Thank you again for coming and sentimental shit injection right now. Yeah, seriously, we appreciate you all. Thank you for always making our Sunday great. So, we'll see you guys next week. Take it easy.
Take care.
Bye, guys.